Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk about branding. Branding is not just for big companies. The things that we can learn from large company branding, we can actually apply to ourselves because we are marketers. We are a company. When people look at us and the company we represent, they're actually looking at a brand. They're looking at a story. So let's talk a little bit about how you can brand yourself. And if you're going to be extremely successful in all the different areas of life, you need to understand what your brand is. Basically, branding is a story about who you are. In the corporate world, it's usually about a logo or a name, and that name means something to people. When your name is mentioned, it means something. It means something to your family, it means something to your friends, it means something to your business associates. There's normally something that stands out when they hear your name. And it's very important if you're going to build a large organization, you're going to be very successful, you need to manage your brand. Basically, you need to understand that people are looking at you and building a story. If the story's scattered and it's not consistent, you're going to have a hard time finding a large group of followers. For example, if you have a history of not honoring your promises, if you're putting things out there, if you're a visionary and you've put out a lot of words or you've done a lot of things, you're jumping from program to program, you're jumping from company to company, and you're not honoring the commitments that you made to the people that you've talked to, you're not making an effort to care for the things that you've said, you are going to have a bad brand. The brand is going to be out there and people are going to look at you a certain way. One of the ways that you can improve your brand, one of the ways that you can do a very quick job is to listen to your naysayers, the people who are going to tell you the truth about who you are and about what your brand is, are the people that dislike you the most. Those are the people, if you will incline yourself, if you're the type of person that has the ability to be able to listen to criticism, whether it comes across positive or negative, if you can listen to criticism, you will learn more from the naysayers than you will from the people who are always saying good things about you. Many times, if you're a boss or you're a business, you only listen to positive things. Bosses or people who have large sums of money normally surround themselves with people who are yes men, who only say positive things about them, who are always encouraging them. The most important thing you can do, especially in the social arena, is stay consistent. If you have multiple personalities, if you have a spiritual side and you have a natural side and you have a political side, it'd probably be a really good idea to keep those separate when you're doing business, that once people become friends of yours, they can find out what your political agendas are. But if you're going to be very aggressive politically, if you're going to take either side of the political side or arena, it's a very good idea to have a political arena. It doesn't mean that you have to cut that off. It doesn't mean that you have to stop thinking about politics and the things that you care most about. But it'd be a really good idea that you have a separate arena where you can have those conversations with the people that are closest to you, with your friends and family. People in large companies that are building a brand know exactly what people hear. It's very important that you don't just communicate and expect people to understand. There's so many different personality types out there that a lot of times a big brand will say something different to the different personality type. Some of the biggest companies will actually come out with 4 or 5 different messages for the 4 or 5 major personality styles so that their brand can be sold to them. Nike's a perfect example. They actually have a different brand for Nike women than they do Nike men, Nike children, Nike sports. They actually have a different story that they tell for the same brand. There's a little bit about branding for you. Consider your name, your story, and your product as a brand. Make sure that you think about it. Just consider the possibility that everything you say and everything you do is being added to your brand, your professionalism, your story. Don't mix it. Don't muddy it up with your personality or with your politics or with your frustrations of life.